to the other episode of Virtual Travel with Super. My name is Nora. Together with me is William and Dominic.
Hi. Hello.
Hey.
So, before we begin, we would like to congratulate the prize winner of the last episode.
Yay! Congratulations.
Congratulations. Wow. I'm very excited today to be here on the screen.
What? Why excited? No wonder today you put much more makeup than your usual days.
Yep.
Some more hair straightener.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so today, for the first time, we'll be talking about a whole continent.
South America.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been there. Wow, so excited. I want to go there.
That's why right now we're having the virtual tour to have like a visualization of the place.
Oh yeah.
Since you've been to Spain more times than we can count, you know.
Yeah, I love Spain. I think it's related to the
South
to
America.
South America.
Actually,
yeah.
Basically, most of the countries in South America they speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Except for Brazil.
Oh yeah.
Brazil they speak Portuguese. Yeah.
Because of their Portuguese colony before.
Yeah.
So I think I will be very familiar speaking to them Spanish.
Next time,
Almost.
next time you tell boss let you go lah.
Yes.
But you need to change the passport first lah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, your passport cannot go there, is it? Or you need visa?
Yeah. Visa.
Very troublesome. I think 4 countries visa. If you
4
are supposed
countries.
to go there.
Oh.
Okay, I will go one day.
Yeah lah, you convert Singapore passport lah.
Alright.
Singapore passport no need
No need.
visa. Yeah.
Ever since the World Cup in Brazil in which year was it? They abolished the visas needed, especially for Brazil.
So
when
it's
Singaporeans
good
go.
that they no need to apply the visa. So
Yeah,
many people
well,
can go now.
Previously, when we need to do the visa, I was the one running the visa application one.
Yeah.
It's definitely a approved visa. It's just that the documents needed are very much troublesome. Like you need the bank statement, the last active 3 months.
Wow.
Then you need to take jab, yellow fever jab,
Oh yeah.
which they will after the jab they will give you the card. Then you need to bring it with you. And the jab is it happens individually. Like for example, for me after the jab, a few hours later I had a fever because from what the doctor says, it's like a live virus.
Yeah, correct.
So it's injected into your body to use your body immune system to fight. So you have the you will be immune
Get
to
the
the yellow
immunity.
fever. Yes.
But now it's much easy to travel. No need to do
Yeah,
the travel
and
with the
that
visa
time when I
and
took-
all this.
That time when I took was the validity period of the vaccination was only 10 years, but now I heard it's lifetime.
Yeah,
Oh.
so it's much better.
Yeah.
So they can go so frequently to South Africa.
You want to keep going?
Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep
If they
going.
don't mind a long flight, because it's just a few hours lesser than the world's longest flight from New Zealand to where was the clock the world's longest flight, New Zealand
To US? Was it?
I think so.
I think it was
17 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's just a few hours lesser, 2-3 hours lesser.
But it's what is so beautiful, right?
I would say it's really different from the places where you usually visit in Europe. It's more of a really close. You will see the aspects of close living conditions of the locals, rather than you see the very rich and very rich one. You know, like Europe, you see the buildings, all this. But in South America itself, like for example Brazil, you will see slums, they call it favela. Then of course in this Copacabana beach, there's a well-known slum. Why? It has the best view slum in the world because it's just right there facing the beach. You know, they have the sea view, and we Chinese we have it 背对山，前面背对海。I mean 前面对海，后面背山。
Yeah.
So it's sort of like very nice lah. Behind the favela, it's a mountain. In front of it is a sea view. So it's really nice, but I don't think it's a safe place to go to the favela. That's what, from what I know. Yeah.
So that means like whether. So what you're trying to say is like whether rich or not, you have pretty much the same living conditions per se.
I mean that No. Rich, they definitely are very rich. Filthy rich, I would say.
Okay.
The slums are one of the, how to say, it's like the, how to say, the more percentage than in usual countries living in slums. And like for example in India, quite a high number of percentage living in slums. Same applies for there as well. I mean there's also the middle class, but there is not that much.
So majority is still the
I would say
poorer.
maybe 30%. Yeah.
But anyway, I think if you are already traveling that far, you will want to see most of South America.
Yes,
if
correct.
not all.
Like for example, if you go Brazil, of course, other than Sugarloaf Mountain where you can see Christ the Redeemer, you can also see the Iguazu Falls because it's a shared border, between Argentina and Paraguay. 3 countries border that waterfall itself.
That Christ is the largest Christ statue in the world, right? Because of the one is have in Portugal, the smaller versions.
Because from what I know, it's an iconic landmark in Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is in Rio de Janeiro.
Right.
Then,
And it's the
like a lot of movies, when they feature Brazil, that will be the first landmark. Like,
like to recognize you
this
see
is
the statue. The
just like when you
Christ
go to San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge, that's the usual standard.
Hey, by the way, the Golden Bridge gate is same have in Portugal. The Portugal
Yes.
is copy all the stuffs from
It's under the same,
South American continent.
it's under the same, how to say,
Under the same
architect company,
yes.
under Joseph Strauss.
Yes.
So for other than that, of course, like just now in Argentina, we also talk about this, how to say, the Iguazu Falls. Then when in Peru, you'll visit more of the mythical, sort of the more mysterious stuff. Like for example, the Incas, they are the people, the original people who reside in Peru. Incas are like a race or a tribe, a type of civilization, I would say. Civilization is a word.
Yeah.
Very similar to Mayans in
The American states.
in Latin America, Central America.
Yeah.
Where Mayans is Mexico.
Somewhere Central America.
Yeah, so
Oh.
the Incas are some sort similar to the Mayans in Mexico. Okay, so in Peru, you'll be visiting other than the famous world-renowned Machu Picchu. Of course, you also go to the southern part of Peru, where not that really south, but you will see the also sort of mysterious Nazca lines.
Yeah.
Nazca lines is a geoglyphs. Like from the air, you'll be able to see some like drawings on it. They have spiders, the pictures of astronaut, monkey. Basically, you take a plane, 12-seater plane. Yeah. Then if you have motion sickness, don't worry. There's a throw up bag.
This is very important.
The plane, the pilot will tell you, okay, before you fly off, the pilot would say, when I say look to the left, look at the far most left wing. Then if you say look to the right, same as well. So the pilot will fly to this angle, that's where you can see. Then after that, because the left hand side, people will see it already. So after that, right hand side. So in the end, you know what will happen if you
So you
need the bag.
So you keep flying like that lah.
Yeah, sort of. So there's this geoglyphs. Up till now, they don't have an actual documentation what is it for, but they say like it can be a sort of a ritual, to pray for rain. Because the Nazca lines, they belong to this. It is at the desert corner, desert area.
Yeah.
So that is why it's like a ritual, to pray for rain. In fact, there's an archaeologist from Germany. She studied the Nazca lines for I would say all her lifetime. Till now, she's still intrigued by the mystery of these Nazca lines because they don't know how they do it. Just like it's really mysterious. Just like the Mayan civilization, how can a civilization vanish overnight? The whole civilization. So, talking about Mayans, then you will link back to Incas, where you will see more about Machu Picchu. So, of course, when we go, we take the easy way. we take the train up to Machu Picchu. Then from there, we will take a shuttle bus 30 minutes up to the Machu Picchu sacred site.
Oh, alright.
That's the usual routine. But I remember waking up. I remember setting off the hotel at 5:30.
I don't mind.
Wow.
I don't mind.
You need to spend the whole day there, right?
Yes, because when we went there, we were staying in Cusco.
Yeah.
So we gotta go to the train station. Takes around 2 hours journey. Then for train to go up takes around 3 hours, close to 3 hours journey train ride. Then from there half an hour. So by the time you go out around 11ish, then you can climb the sacred site, of course, but that's the easier one. There's not that much tough. Given my size, I don't find it really tough.
Okay.
I'm quite fit, okay?
Oh yes.
Yes. So that's where you get you can get views of the secret site. So, and then the guide will also walk us through, where this is supposed to be a ritual room where they hold rituals to pray to the gods. Then of course this is the easy way out, like I mentioned. The harder way, where a lot of backpack travelers or some more enthusiastic travelers, they will go by a longer trail, which is they have to hike for I think 3 days minimum.
Huh?
Minimum
3 days?
set up camp some more. They
From-
have to set up tent. Yes, on the way. Then that's where the tougher one is lah. But usually for us, no lah, no way, no way.
Of course, with your weight.
No, I mean, yes. Okay, so talking about this Machu Picchu, then of course, in Peru, you have this, I would say, this drink is known in Peru that the sales has gone past Coca-Cola in that country itself. It's called the Inca Cola. It's yellow in color when you pour it out. It's a carbonated drink, soft drink, but yeah, it's quite tasty. It's really totally different from what you have drink. It's like the same color as last time when we drink Mountain Dew or Kikapo. Nowadays the kids they don't know what's Kikapo already, by the way. Okay, so by the time if you know what is Kikapo, you are uncle or auntie already. So this is one of it. Then other than that, when you go to Chile is more on the relaxed one, because you won't see much of a natural scenery except for the Andes.
What's the Andes?
Andes is the mountain range. So when you go to Chile, the capital city is Santiago. Then from there, actually, in the capital itself, you are able to see the Andes mountain range, part of it. And that is where, especially when you go during winter, they do not really have winter. But in June to August period, in the wee hours in the morning, for example, like 3 a.m. to 7 a.m., the temperature can drop to single digit. But right up in the afternoon, it's like 18, 20 plus.
Oh.
That's only for Chile.
Oh.
But whereas when you go to Peru, Brazil, it's like this doesn't apply. The only cold place in Peru is when you go to the highlands. Like just now I mentioned, highlands is where you go to Cusco to access the Machu Picchu. That is where the highlands is, high altitude areas. Like for example, there's this beautiful lake in Peru. So it's called Lake Titicaca.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Very
3,000.
famous.
Yes, 3,800 meters above sea level. And then
Got so high,
yeah, that's why when the plane touched down, right, once the cabin pressure back to normal and the plane door open up, right, wow, immediately you get hit by the high altitude sickness already.
Oh.
So that means to get to this city, you need to fly up.
Yes, you need to fly. You need to fly to Juliaca. I remember the airport was Juliaca. To get to Lake Titicaca is Juliaca. Then you need to travel 1 hour journey. That's where it's colder. Because highlands, I think temperature was around 16-20 degrees.
Oh.
It's comfortable, but when wind blows, it can be quite
So
cold.
you need to bring some jackets.
not
right.
winter wear. You wear winter wear.
I'm very scared of cold.
I don't know, but it's ironic, you're from Russia, but then you're afraid of the cold.
But still need to bring some jackets.
Yeah, some one jacket, not some. Yeah,
No,
what?
I change every day. What?
Fashion show, fashion show. Or
Oh yeah, there is a lot of domestic flight, right? So I have to
Yes.
I have to manage my luggage. Oh
20
my gosh.
Days one, you got to have 9 domestic flights.
Oh my god. So I
So,
have to
what's the baggage limit?
23 kg.
Including
Oh.
the domestic lah.
Yeah. If I can do it because my shirt is bigger size than most of you all, I'm sure you all can do
But
it
you
lah.
have to take into consideration that I have to change every
No,
day
because
clothes.
from what I know, Nora, you
My
take
cosmetic,
your
1 kg.
your luggage is quite heavy because sometimes you take a lot of freshener, air freshener, because of what you do in
I
a
have a lot
hotel
of
room.
formulas.
You use, maybe today I use Dior perfume, tomorrow I use Comfort on it. So maybe fashion show, that's
Okay,
why.
I have to plan what I need to
You gotta
leave at
plan,
home
yeah.
and what I take with me,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So
yes.
I must be very
Only
careful
take the
when I'm
necessary.
taking only necessary
Only when I
things. So
say
only
necessary.
one jacket,
One
one
jacket,
perfumes,
one perfume, yes.
one set of cosmetic. Alright. So,
Yes.
Okay,
It's
I have
better
to,
if you
I
can
have to
use
prepare
those
for it.
2-in-1 cosmetic, like Safeway. For example, lipstick with lip balm. There is this
Alright.
type of product.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not expensive, you know.
Yeah.
So you can find those type of
Alright.
things. So you gotta really
So I
calculate
have to
your
plan.
luggage.
Yes, I have to plan my luggage
You can't
first.
take kettle lah.
Is there hotel provide the boiled kettles?
I would say most of it no.
No.
So yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So you gotta bring your own if you have a habit of it lah.
Alright.
Okay. Then where did I left off?
But what?
About the Chile, Santiago, with the mountains.
The mountains.
Mountains. Yeah. So that's where you see more of Santiago, and of course, when I went there, I first stepped into Santiago. That was where I was introduced this starter. It's called ceviche. It's like marinated raw fish, marinated in lime, with some some local herbs. I think. Yeah, it can be. I mean, for me, I don't like sourish thing, but I tried it. It's like an appetizer. You know, really open up your appetite, where you can have food. So
Actually,
I
that's
think you
what.
have a problem with the appetizer.
yeah, sometimes I have problem with my appetite lah. Correct. In Hokkien, they call it kamchek lah. But when I say this, a lot of people don't believe. Okay.
No, but that's why I wanted to ask you, like, how about, like, how is the food? Like, will people are like Singaporeans okay with the food or not?
Naturally, they are okay if they don't try to exotic ones.
No, but like, okay, then did your last time when you bring tour, right? Did your customer have to ask you whether the
Yes.
eat instant noodle at the hotel?
No, not really.
No.
Not really. Not
Okay.
really.
Is it
They-
similar to Spanish food?
No. I mean, some similarities, but for tour groups, their food is pretty much catered differently. Yeah, but when we go to local restaurants, I mean, it's more for the open public, more palatable for the majority. So, for example, ceviche is appetizer. Tentatively, majority of people they are okay with it. The only exotic one I remember was in Peru, where it might shock a lot of you. It's a guinea pig. Yeah,
Like
because-
what? Fried,
yeah, deep fried. So they keep it. They don't keep it as pets. They keep it as like
Food.
Food.
a cheap source of protein. Because it used to be very poor, so there's a really cheap source of protein, especially when you go to highlands. Yeah. So I didn't try it. I'm not there to try it because, this is not appetizing to us. We don't really eat guinea pigs, but I mean, it is a culture, different culture. So we got to, respect the culture of it lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised when you see it.
Yeah,
Yes,
we in
yes, don't be
Singapore have
surprised.
frog's leg.
Frog's leg, it's okay what. It tastes like
Yeah,
chicken,
but
what.
when the other people coming from other countries, they also
Sure lah.
like
You tell them it's chicken, they wouldn't know it's frog.
Correct.
Correct.
But I saw the photos. There is a lot of buffet dinner. So
Buffet
lunches,
dinner
I
is
saw
for some
the
like
photos.
the buffet dinner. It's more for like, for example, when we go to Rio or when we go to Sao Paulo,
Mm.
there might be there's like one lunch. I remember one lunch around and one dinner or two dinners, which is the Brazilian barbecue.
Oh, that is fantastic!
Fantastic! That's the most memorable meal.
Oh yes,
Yes.
I love it.
You just you just actually sit there, like Forrest Gump. You know the movie Forrest Gump, and there's this Baba Gump restaurant in the States.
Yeah.
They have the flap. When you want the service, you flap green. The waiters will come to you non-stop. Around, hey, hi sir, this is beef. This is which part? Tenderloin. Do you want one? Then if you are okay with it, you cut. Okay, then next. Then another fellow will come. They give you different types
It's
of cuts.
the same like we have Brazilian restaurants here in
Yes,
Singapore.
I remember.
Wow, this is
I think there's
nice.
one in Chimes.
Yes, Chinese.
Carnivore. So it's pretty similar. Okay.
Oh.
The only thing is the price is different. For Singapore, it's like I think $60 over.
Oh,
But
yes.
in Brazil, it will be cheaper. But to the normal locals, it is already quite pricey. Because of
Their income level.
Their income level, yes. So this is one thing. Then, of course, other than that, they have this drink in Brazil as well. It's also soft drink. It's like a mixture in between Coke and Monster Energy. So talking about the when we had the Brazilian meal, the Brazilian barbecue, because I don't drink alcohol during work hours, so I drank the soft drink, which is a mix in between Coke and Monster Energy. So it's called Guarana.
Oh.
It's like a fruit drink. I mean, it's a local fruit lah. But it made it into a drink. Some say it's like
orange.
It has a boost your energy level as well, so you can't drink too much.
I just been recently in January to the Malta.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then I went to the Sicily Island with the groups, and what I find is basically because of their how they're related in the culture, the cactus.
Cactus.
Yes, then I think it can be these ones because they also I think they have because we was drinking the cactus drinks is from the fruit. Wow, it's mixed with orange. Wow, it's so good.
Maybe
I think it's South
No,
America, but
I
the
don't think so.
lady told me that
Cactus.
South America they're also, but they're using I think more for tequila, the cactus.
That's
different.
That's Mexico tequila. So they like tequila, like Anejo, the tequila brand, they drink it one shot. Sorry for.
But they have the soft
To me,
drinks from
tequila
the
makes you-
cactuses as well.
I can't stand the tequila taste. So this is what we had during like when in Brazil, this type of food.
Wow, this is very very nice to
Right?
have this. Ooh. Yeah.
You can also go.
Yeah, you can also go and eat.
Yes, I will.
It's just that you'll be tiring because you won't be counting down the days. You'll be counting down how many flights are left. So in actual fact, when I led the group there, none of the customers asked me, Dominic, how many days we have left? No. They say, how many more domestic flights
The flight.
have we got left? I say, 5 more domestic.
But this is I think quite okay because you see when you're traveling with the groups for Europe, you're taking the bus. So basically every day you are traveling by bus and it takes quite long. But when you fly, you fast. You just take a breath, sit down.
Correct. It's really different.
It just feels different.
It's just different.
Yeah,
The more
it's just
traveling
different.
on road is actually in Peru, in Lima, when you go to the capital. Because when you need to go Nazca lines,
Oh.
there's like I would say 6 hours drive really through the desert areas. And then in Peru, especially in Lima, you'll find sort of their local Chinese food. They call it chifa, CHIFA, because they have Chinese there, okay. And then why they call it chifa? Because in Mandarin, when we eat 吃饭, then they call it chifa. So in chifa, the chifa meal is basically Chinese meal. Chinese Oriental meal. So it's really close to Chinese, except they localize it.
And there is Chinatown.
Yes, there is Chinatown, but it's crowded.
Chinatown must be always
We had
crowded.
we had a walk through Chinatown,
Alright.
and I saw some of the local drinks. For example, like they have this purple purple corn juice, something like that. Maize juice, something like that. So this was all in Lima, and the only thing atrocious I remember in Lima was traffic.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, the guide told us that in order to drive in Lima, your eyes need to like house fly, compound eyes. You need to look not only 2 directions, you need to look 8 directions.
Why that?
Because it's
Everyone-
all everywhere,
Oh,
you know, like Champs-Élysées.
Oh yeah.
But it's worse than that.
Oh yeah.
It's worse than that. It's worse than that. So this is the interesting one in Lima, and then of course we be staying in. We stay the time in the district Miraflores, where is the sort of a richer part, and there's definitely the safety is there as well.
Hotels are nice.
Hotels, I would say, consider that area is one of the better ones. I remember when I went to this Nazca line, and then because we need to have an overnight night stay near there, we stay. For my group, we stay in this Vineyard Hotel. It's
Vineyard?
really nice. Yeah. So in the morning when I open the window, wow, it's Vineyard. It differs from the various groups. Like I know Jack's group stay in an even nicer hotel, a beachfront, because he drive closer to Lima. I mean, 2 hours away from me, and then he stayed to this 5-star local 5-star,
Oh.
which I know is a 5-star because I had a lunch there the next day.
Oh.
And then the pool is very nice. Not only the pool, they just walk a bit. It's the natural beach as well. So this is interesting. So the hotels that we stay there is basically still, I mean, I would say better than Italy. You know, like Nora, you've been to Italy. The hotels I don't know, like, you know,
No, I have stayed in really nice hotels.
Italy.
Yeah.
To me,
Depends
it's-
which area.
To
Well,
me,
my
it's still-
favorite one in Sorrento or Central Sorrento.
Okay, we are not talking about
Oh,
Italy.
yeah.
No
Yeah.
off topic.
Yeah.
No off topic.
We
Okay.
Too
Off
much.
topic. So coming back to this South America, then yeah, that's where people are generally more worried about safety lah.
Mm.
So in actual fact, the only place which is not that safe, I would say, is Rio de Janeiro. That's all. In Sao Paulo, nothing much, because basically we stay there for the night just to catch a domestic flight back. Just to catch a domestic flight on, and also we came back to Sao Paulo again for our city tour. So you won't spend much time there, because the capital of Brazil is not Sao Paulo or Rio. It's in Brasilia. It's called Brasilia. So we don't go there.
Oh.
So the interesting part is where you see the wonders of the world, like Nazca Lines, Machu Picchu, all these, and then of course the just now we mentioned about Lake Titicaca. So that's the one where it's really beautiful. I know. I finally, when I went on this Lake Titicaca, I know that this sentence called "There's no free lunch in this world,"
Why?
because we had to go to this we stopped at this island called Taquile Island for our lunch.
Okay.
So we got a hike. The hike is not that tough, but the problem is because of high altitude sickness. So every step
yeah.
you take, and it's not
Tiring.
the flat roads, you know, it's like slope. So every 10, 15, 20 steps you'll be
Right.
breathless.
Yeah.
So this is how we have to get by lah. Naturally, when you're in highlands, I would say Cusco, Machu Picchu. When you go Machu Picchu, this is a thing you have to adjust to. So first night usually you won't be able to sleep well, because every bi-hourly you wake up. It happens to majority of the people. Okay, so talking about the highlands, people have this misconception. You know, when they usually will ask, "Hey, is Machu Picchu very high?" But I can tell you, no, it's not. Because imagine when you go to Cusco, this is the city where you gotta go to Machu Picchu. Cusco is 3,004 meters above sea level, but Machu Picchu is only around 2,008. So this disparity, by the time when you go to Cusco for one night, and then the next day when you go to Machu Picchu, you're sort of like
You already adapted.
adapted to it,
Yeah.
sort of, not that serious already.
Yeah.
Then after that, the higher level one will be Lake Titicaca, because that's minimum 3,008 meters above sea level.
Oh.
3,008, which is even higher than majority of people, travelers who have been to Jungfrau Joch or Mount Italice. That's even higher.
Yeah.
Except
correct.
for you can't really go up to Mont Blanc. That is not possible to go up. So Lake Titicaca, in fact, people have the most problems. So what do they help tourists to elevate the high altitude sickness. First, they tell you to eat cleaner.
Cleaner?
Eat cleaner, yes.
What's cleaner?
Clean diet. Like what?
Oh,
More fruits, vegetables, soup,
Alright.
red meat lesser. Try not to. Like for
Alright.
example, breakfast bacon is a no-no. Beef, mutton, all this. So it's, in fact, they tell you to have more white meat, protein, because white meat for our body it takes easier to process the food. Same
Yeah.
as a soup, vegetable fiber,
Uh.
But red meat, our body takes longer time to process, so it makes your body work harder. This is one. So the second way, other than the clean diet, is the coca leaves tea. So every hotel in the Highlands, they have this, in the reception, they have this area where you can also have coca leaves tea. You just mix it with, they'll help you with it, and then you drink it to elevate it. That is a slower way, but in addition, it will help your body adjust faster. But coca leaves, interesting, is a huge amount of these coca leaves, like 1 ton, produce cocaine.
Oh.
So in actual fact,
So it's an ingredient for cocaine.
cocaine comes from that plant. Cocaine comes from that. But don't worry, the few tea leaves it won't get you addicted. It's only just to help you. So this is one.
Yeah, to
and
give you
another way.
more energy.
Yes,
I think.
so-
Yes.
And also that Highlands hotel in the Highlands, they have oxygen tank. So if really feeling breathless, you're having a really bad headache, ask the reception. They give you every day. There's a few minutes free, 10 minutes, 20 minutes free of oxygen. Free oxygen. So you breathe like for 3 minutes, and then after that, yeah.
But this is for the last straw, like you really. I heard that you should not depend on the oxygen tank. Yeah.
Yeah, not only actually hotels. I remember when we hike, when we were in Titicaca, our local guide, carries the oxygen tank all the time for our people, who needs it, because we don't live in the Highlands, so our lungs capacity is not like those Highland people.
Yeah.
When I see for myself, there's this lady, when they hike up faster than any of our group, and holding at least 30 kilograms of weight to hike up to this island.
Because of their
They are used to
it. They're
it.
Highlands people, then their lung capacity is much larger. They can take in more oxygen compared to us, where we live on the normal flatlands. So this is something interesting. Then, of course, this is one way. And I remember when I was hiking halfway, I didn't really feel well. So because headache, my altitude sickness is just headache, but it's those style of like throbbing, like you having a toothache. Then it's just
I know that.
it's really irritating. I don't feel nauseous. I don't feel.
You just keep feeling the pain.
I just keep feeling the headache.
Around here.
Nora, I'm a smoker, right? Imagine I was in Highlands 5 days, 4 nights. Guess how many sticks of cigarette I smoked? 5 sticks. In actual fact, 2.5 lah. Because each stick I smoke half one, I throw. Because I smoke, the headache come already. I just throw it off. So this is really more serious than Yong Frau Yok. But slowly after that, better already. Then by then we go down already, the Highlands. So this is one way. And this is another way where they help us cope. Then, like I mentioned just now, while I was climbing halfway the island on the Lake Titicaca, my guy gave me just plug from just the one beside, and then rub it. Tell me to rub it and then smell. So when I did that, I smell, it sort of like penetrates all the area, the nasal passage, clears everything. Very suddenly, wow! It's like you get a shot of I don't know what. High adrenaline. Wow, you can feel like suddenly it just opens up all the air passage.
It's like a mint,
it smells like peppermint actually. It smells like peppermint. So you just rub. Then it says keep it in pocket, which I gladly keep lah. Then when I feel it, I do it again like that. So these are all. These are the ways. Yeah. You can, I mean, it is still not that serious. Like some people have been to Tibet. I think that is much worse. Like for high altitude sickness, it varies from each individual. Some I just feel the headache. Like Nora, how do you feel when you have high altitude sickness?
No, basically I don't.
I think you're not human.
No, I used to go to Yunpeng and.
No, I know because you're
fine. I'm fine.
No, because I know why. Your age older, right?
Oh,
your
yeah.
heart beats slower.
No, I always eat a lot of chocolates, dark chocolates.
Yeah,
So,
maybe that helps. Yeah, that's what we
yes,
usually tell
yes.
people.
The Swiss always say
Yeah.
eat chocolate.
What is it? The brand?
What, Lin?
Not Lin. There's
I have-
this particular brand.
Yeah,
I'll
there
go because
is
it's very rich in content.
Yeah.
Dark chocolate will help a
Yeah,
lot.
dark
Toblerone.
chocolate. Usually,
Not to borrow.
so I need to bring more dark chocolate with me. Like,
Then William, what's your heart altitude sickness like?
I don't have that much, but okay, like probably the
Headache part.
not even headache, just like a bit giddy.
Oh, okay. That's
but
really mild. lah.
Very very mild, yeah.
Yeah, the problem is I don't feel giddy. I only feel the headache, that's all. And then varies for individual. I heard some people would like tear uncontrollably. Tear, just cry. I haven't seen that. I don't want to see that because I heard it's like tap water being just turned on. So I don't want to see that. So it really varies for individual. So
anyway, I don't mind. Even I tear, but I want to go there. It's so
people
nice.
want to go
Once
there
in a
because,
life.
yeah,
Yes,
it's
to
another
just
continent.
see
Yeah.
to enjoy the things, the
Yeah.
feeling itself.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
quite lucky. I flew by SQ.
Yeah, you very lucky.
That was one of the few last batches because it's a long flight. When we take SQ, I got to fly to Barcelona, stop over 2 hours, then continue from Barcelona to Sao Paulo. But nowadays, Emirates also same, Singapore, Dubai, and then Dubai to Sao Paulo or Rio. So they can fly either way. But nowadays, only Emirates fly. SQ doesn't fly anymore. Yeah.
So we covered in this episode. We covered Brazil. We covered Peru, Chile, Argentina.
Not really much, but been to this. When you go to Argentina, of course, the capital city, Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
It means good air, basically. So you go to this. What is the famous dance? It's tango.
Tango.
Oh,
Yes.
tango.
So you go to this area, the neighborhood in Argentina, Buenos Aires itself, and then also, talking about dance, Brazil also have the dance. They call it
Samba.
sambal.
Yeah.
Tango is more of elegant, right?
Yes, with
like
the grace.
flamenco,
Samba
yeah.
without the grace.
Grace.
Yeah.
Then samba is more of a feisty, like how to say. I don't want to say it is a very crude word, coyote-like dance, but it's their culture, like Argentina, Buenos Aires is more of you visit the city, they have a checkpoint, check bucket list, Buenos Aires. And of course, you know more of a football legend which is born there, Maradona, called the God's Hand. Other than Maradona, the next famous football which is born in Argentina is actually Messi.
Or
The dribbler, magic dribbler.
Now he's in Spain.
Correct.
Yeah.
So all these are the 4 countries majority you visit. Like the 3 countries which we earlier mentioned, Argentina, Chile, Peru, they speak Spanish, while Brazil speak Portuguese.
Portuguese.
So this pretty much covers the normal part of South America, because when you don't really go to Uruguay, Paraguay. But one amazing thing is that, when you go to South America, there's this famous capital city, Bolivia.
Yeah.
It's called La Paz.
Uh-huh.
Why? Because it is the highest elevated capital city in the world. Yes. So when you go to that capital city, you will feel high altitude sickness as well.
Alright.
But this, however, we don't go, or even though we go Lake Titicaca, it is a natural border between Peru and also Bolivia. But I heard from my guide is some parts where they are not guarded, they use this lake to smuggle electronic goods.
Oh.
Now, one thing interesting about Lake Titicaca is the people that are living on the lake itself. So, how is it like? Give you a clearer picture. It's like each of the place where the people stay, they are on a straw mat island, so-called island, and it is really entirely made out of straw. They can just, like for example, me and William stay on this same block of island. So for example, there's this Sunday we had an argument. I just take a huge saw and I can saw through, and then we'll be separated.
Alright.
So really, they are living. Their lifestyle is really simple. Sunrise, they wake up. Sunset, they sleep. What they do, they fish for fish in the lake, And then the straw, when I mentioned they made our house, my guide told us that they can eat straw and because it's a natural vegetation as a tidbits, but they want us not to eat because our stomach could not take it. So this is something very interesting. They are living on floating islands. That's why they call it floating islands.
Something like very natural.
So they really are on the lake itself.
And they are really on the floating islands on the lake itself.
Oh my god.
So one thing to note is there's no Wi-Fi lah. But we don't stay on the island lah. So another thing is that, you know, when I went there, I forget about this thing, ultraviolet rays, because we are that high. So, and I remember it was very cloudy day. So I didn't realize it until I went back to the hotel, and after I shower, I remember I showered cold shower. Suddenly I was feeling hot. I was thinking, oh shit, am I having a fever? Then I look at the mirror. Oh no, I'm like a crab.
Yeah,
tan is not a word, it's crab. Red in color because of the ultraviolet rays. They are really strong.
Yeah.
This is one of the interesting things which I forgot to took into account. But my customers were basically covered up. They had umbrellas with them.
Oh yeah,
Only
our
me.
customers
That's very long sleeve.
yeah, they are very, very sad people. They
That's
know that. Because they are like prepared for everything.
So wear long sleeve or bring the sunblock.
Actually, when you go to Highlands, it's better to wear long sleeve, especially even when you go Machu Picchu.
Yeah. It
will be hot and humid in Machu Picchu, but it's actually to protect you from mosquito bites as well.
Oh.
I mean, the prevention. Although we didn't really get any mosquito bites, but they just say during the hottest season, the most touristy season, which actually November through March, best season, there tend to be more mosquitoes. So this is what we.
The mosquito more fiercer.
Commando one. Commando armor piercing. So this is usually what we have to take note. And then.
So we must travel. The best is November to March.
The best season is there, but there's also the hottest season for some parts, like for example Brazil, Argentina, Peru. There's the hotter parts. I remember I went was end November, so it was pretty much hot, really hot. Yeah, especially I can feel the.
But I don't think it's hotter than Italy and Spain during the summer.
Why you keep talking about Italy?
Step out of it. We are not talking about Italy and Spain.
But it's how hot it is.
Okay, I don't know about the humidity level much in Italy and Spain because I think they are not that sticky yet.
Yes,
you know.
sticky.
But for South America, yes, the humidity level is like Singapore.
Level?
Very close.
Right.
Very close. So it's different.
So it's around 20, 30, 23?
When I went Sugarloaf, it was 36.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, and then when I went to this Iguazu, is also like 32 like that.
Oh, the Iguazu Fall, it's very nice.
Yeah, because we will go to both sides. Argentina side.
So you can see from both.
And the Brazil side. So they have called the Devil's Throat.
Oh.
In their local language, again, Del Diablo. It's called the Devil's Throat. It's just like the Horseshoe Falls in this, but the colors are different. Like we mentioned, you know, the Niagara Falls come from the glaciation, the melting of the ice during the glaciation period. Iguazu Falls also depends on season. Same likewise like Victoria Falls. Then that's where you will see. So I would say different experience, but they have a lot of waterfall.
Like a lot of.
A lot of parts. Yes, a lot of water park is seasonal. You know, we had a boat ride, Machuco.
Oh.
Yeah. Because it was hot. I remember the boatman was, "Are you guys feeling hot?" Then he just went under a waterfall just swerved the boat, and then everyone get wet.
Thankfully.
I wasn't prepared because I was actually just letting my group go, and I stayed. Then my group went, "Come join us! Come! Cannot be we get wet, you don't get wet one." Then during the briefing, I told them to bring poncho. They bring. Then I don't want to go now, so I didn't bring. Then in the end, they are not wet. I wet. So this is what happened. Yeah. So it was fun. That's one of it. Then that's where you can have the Machuco boat ride there. So this pretty sums up our introduction of South America. Actually, it's quite quite
quite a fair bit to see.
Quite a fair bit because
to do and to eat lah.
To see to do. That's why the itinerary is 20 days. So that's it for our introduction of South America. If you have enjoyed this video, please help to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel and our Facebook over here. Don't forget we have a quiz right after this video. You can comment below to win a prize.
所以我们今天将到此为止，感谢大家收看我们今天呈现给大家的超级旅游云游世界。所以如果你喜欢我们今天的视频呢，请记得帮我们点赞，跟踪我们的频道和 Facebook。视频过后呢，将会有一个有奖问答题，所以请记得在评语里面写正确答案，然后可以赢到一个奖品哦。
Okay, bye bye everyone.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.